Here is my 6000 CD head unit, and it is in a Ford Transit tipper. It has got a auxiliary input right here. I have bought a Bluetooth connector so I could pair it up to my iPhone to play music out of. For whatever reason, it's not working. So checked the wiring, which runs from here and goes underneath the dash, and it tucks into the back here, which I'll show you in a moment. For one reason or another, that doesn't appear to be connected to this. The colours of the wires were different colours to the auxiliary input on here. So I'm presuming somewhere along the line, it's not connected. To remove this, to have a look at the wiring, all I done was to unscrew those there, remove this lid. You've got two screws at the front here, and then this will, with a little bit of persuasion, just pop off. There's a lug here, or a little clip in each four corners. So if you're really careful, once you've undone them two screws and these two, you can pop that off. You'll then be able to see the wires at the back of this. I bought myself 4 keys to remove the head unit. So these need to go in that way, I believe it is. The blade pointing inwards, if you like, and the straight end towards the edge. You'll feel it click in, and that will come. So you can now slide this head unit out. There's 2 wires which come out the back. One is the aerial, which is located right here. You can simply just pull that off with a little bit of persuasion, and then you've got the multi-plug here. Now that wiring loom, you can actually pull this out. There's excess wires just tucked in a little cubby hole in there, so just pull that excess out so you've got a little bit more room to play with. But the auxiliary is this white one right here. That should be connected to the auxiliary there. Those 3 colours don't match up with the colours in the back there. And my cousin's just come with his dog. Okay, so he's gone after a 15-minute chat. So remove this multi-plug. There's a little lug on the back of it there. If you push that up, a bit fiddly, so if you push it down, it'll open up, and just pull that reasonably hard upwards. So, but just put the head unit to one side. Now I've had a look, there's a diagram which I'll show you on the screen now. Basically, this little multi-plug is for the Bluetooth or aux input. This little multi-plug is for the controls on your steering wheel. The pins in the middle there are for the power, and on the right hand side are the pins for the speakers. So if I flip this round, just close that lever up so you can see what you're doing. Now if you look very carefully, you see some numbers. So in this corner here, right above my nail, you can see there's number 7. If you look above my nail here, number 6, number 12, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 6, 7 to 12, and so on and so forth. On the right hand side, it is your aux input, or what will become my Bluetooth. So to remove that, what you need to do is push that little lug in right there. That will allow that to slide out. Push that lug in and just pull that straight out. I have had this head unit out before, and this whole wiring loom was taped up using this fibre, sort of fabric tape, if you like. Just pop that to one side, and then that was wrapped around that conduit. So once I've spliced in the Bluetooth module, I'll just put that back around to make it look neat and tidy. So the Bluetooth module I got off Amazon, so they're all pretty much the same. They come with a little microphone, which I presume is when your phone is connected through Bluetooth and you're talking to somebody on hands-free, then they can hear you clearly. The module has a little multi-plug here, which clicks into the same place where the aux input was. Now, so that lug clicks in, which it has. Tell me to link it into these two, but they say they're different colours on their videos. Now, I've looked into it, and as you can see from the diagram, which I'll show on the screen in a moment, the power needs to switch off with the ignition. If you have a constant live feed to the Bluetooth module from the constant live, which ensures the time and date stay as they should be. This one here, the red and yellow, is the live is connected to the ignition. So when you turn the ignition off, that turns off too. That's the one we want to connect the red wire to. This one, as you can see on the blue and grey, is down as the GND, the ground, on the diagram. That is what we want to connect the black wire to. So I have actually bought the quick connectors, which I'll show on the screen now, off Amazon. They're only about £2, but they haven't arrived till tomorrow and I'm too impatient. So what I'm going to do is cut a little piece, sheath off the cables, and I will just simply wrap these around it, and with some electrical tape, just make sure they're not going to touch any other wire. So I'm going to do that for the moment. What I'll probably do when the new connectors come, I will connect them instead. So I'm going to do that now, and hopefully this works.
It still worked, doesn't it? Yeah, doing all it. I wouldn't attempt it. What, electrics and stuff? Nah. I'd rule the lot out because that would get riled and that wouldn't work.
So I've connected the red to the red and yellow, and the black to the blue and black. We've wired it into the ignition live, not the permanent live. So the Bluetooth module won't come on or won't work unless you've got the ignition on. Okay, so at the moment, on, then it changes. So we're now, and you can hear that. That was the module because my phone's connected to it. Working absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do now is feed the microphone so it's popping out here so I can have a clear conversation. So first of all, I'm going to take the lid off for this. Move screw number 1 to number 2. Now I can take the lid off. 2 more screws to undo here. Take that off here. 4 clips in each corner of this. A little bit of force. Try not to break it. Oh, 1 clip, and that's just the little metal one there. They are actually quite robust, so hopefully won't break. 1 that side, 2 here, and there's going to be 2 at the back. You'll break it. There we go. Okay, try and feed the microphone through. So what I'm going to do, just so I've got more access, is just take that multi-plug off again. There's 1 screw on the white bracket, 1 Phillips screw at the back, just there. Undo that, and I'm going to remove this white bracket. Okay, so this one has a hose on it. Okay, so I can't actually remove that side. Hopefully I can find a way to feed the microphone through here and into there. I'm just going to do that now. So I've simply fed underneath. There's a little cubby hole there, and that has now come through under here. And what I'm going to do is just make sure that's out of the way of the clips, and I'm just going to make sure it's out of the way of the table. I think that'll be fine there. It's not really noticeable, so I'm just going to push this back down, clip it in place, and there we go.